MATOKA が参ります。ご注意ください。
Hey friends, what's good? So it's been quite some time since I've actually made a video. I think if you go onto my YouTube channel and like look at the last video, it's gonna say it's like maybe, 2 weeks old at this point, I think. But I haven't actually made a video since, it's been like a month at least, maybe 3 weeks to a month. And so I'm feeling a little out of tune as to like what I should do or something like that. Like this is already a little bit awkward. But I thought I haven't made a mukbang in actually quite some time. It's been over a year, and I don't know if mukbangs are still like the thing because they were like super popular for a long time, and I haven't watched one in a while, so I actually don't know. But this is more or less an excuse to kind of just like talk to you guys about what's been happening about my life and things that I've been thinking about for the YouTube channel as well. And while I do that, I can eat some delicious sushi that you can see right here. Look at that. Ooh. So this is like what I would describe as American sushi, not like actual Japanese sushi. I feel like this is called like the orange blossom roll, I think. This is a little more traditional compared to like this like mess of a beast that we have here, which is still just as delicious, but it's not traditionally Japanese. I feel like with Japanese sushi, the point is being like very simple and just enjoying the simple flavors of the rice and the fish, and then with the wasabi and soy sauce as well. This is very much branded, for me at least, as American sushi. I still call it just sushi, not like American sushi, just because I grew up with this as well, and I like it. So there's nothing wrong with American sushi versus Japanese sushi or anything like that. But there just is a distinction, so I wanted to make sure to like get that across. But this already looks delicious, and I haven't eaten yet. It's like 2:20 in the afternoon, and I haven't eaten because I'm just trash. So let's get in on this. Itadakimasu. Oh, if you live in the Bay Area and you want to know where I got this sushi, I got it at Happy Sushi off of El Camino in Santa Clara. They're like pretty legit. Their fish seems like fresh most of the time, if not all the time. I mean, I don't go all the time. I only go once in a while. But quality wise, like it's pretty bomb. So I recommend checking that place out if you have not been there and want some pretty good sushi. I love the wasabi, guys. Wasabi is legit. Like, if you don't eat sushi with wasabi, like, come on, guys. Get with the program. So yeah, I'm assuming just from the track record of my channel, because I've been thinking about like what video should I make, because I've kind of just been brain farting for the past, I don't know how long. It's been a long time, past 3 weeks or so. I've just been thinking like, what kind of content do I want to make for the channel and stuff like that. And you know, a lot of you guys love the anime content. I'm very grateful. I like talking about anime, but you know, I don't get that much traction outside of like anime content. If you haven't noticed, I sure have noticed, because I get the statistics and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look great for any video that doesn't have anime in the title. And yeah, so I'm not expecting this video to do good unless you actually care about my life outside of anime. Which you don't have to. You have the freedom to not give a crap at all. That's perfectly fine. But I hope there are a few people who do give a crap, and that would make me feel wanted in this world. And yeah. So let's just dig in. Mm. Mm. Yep, it's good. Salmon is very fresh. And I feel like you know when salmon is really fresh because it's almost like buttery. That's how I would describe it. And I love a good buttery piece of salmon. Mm-hmm. Mm. I think when I first started eating raw fish, tuna was my absolute favorite. But I've really grown to love salmon. I think salmon is like legit so good. And then this one is the spicy tuna crunch roll. So it has avocado, spicy tuna, spicy mayo, and fried shrimp, I believe. And it all looks like just like one big, beautiful mess. So I don't know where one piece starts and another piece ends, but just gonna rip this baby apart. Mm. It's bomb, guys. Oh. It's really good. I honestly rarely get takeout food. I feel like eating in just to like help things financially, and like personally, like I never know where things are going with the pandemic and stuff like that. Which, yeah, we need to talk about the pandemic. But yeah, because of the pandemic and stuff like that, mostly I eat in. I don't order out a whole lot. And I know we're supposed to be supporting the restaurants and stuff like that, but you know, priority number one is like you gotta make sure you can support yourself as well. And so I gotta look after myself first, you know. Hmm. For the shrimp ones, do you guys eat the tail? Because I know people who eat the tail and I know people who don't eat the tail. I used to not eat the tail, but now I feel like it's kind of a waste to not eat the tail because you're not eating like a part of the sushi or whatever. So I think it's a choice. I mean, maybe it's not good for you if you eat the tail. Kind of hard to chew through, for sure, but in Asian culture, you eat like every single part of everything. So I don't think there's a problem with it, but leave it in the comments below. Do you eat the tail or do you not eat the tail? Anyways, let's talk about the pandemic, the big thing that is happening and still happening and is always happening, and everyone keeps talking about it. And I really, guys, I hate to bring it up because like it's just talked about so much, and it's like I think majority of people pretty much get like the situation and everything, whether they agree with how things are run or staying at home and all that kind of stuff. Like in the end, yes, that's a personal opinion, so whatever. But I mean, it's just sometimes like when you talk to other people about it, and like everyone is just kind of like talking about it, and it's hard to talk about other things because a lot of us don't necessarily have a social life outside of talking about the pandemic and staying at home and all that stuff. But it's also a little depressing when like everything, the news, like and all your friends and your family, like that's all they talk about. So I get it, but I feel like I do need to talk about it a little. Just because it ties in with everything I've been like going through and thinking about and that kind of stuff. So, wherever you are, I hope you're safe. I hope you're staying healthy. Where I'm at, I'm living in California right now. We just went into a second lockdown because people aren't healthy. People aren't doing great. It's not a great situation. And I wouldn't say that I didn't expect it, but it still is something that like kind of hits hard, you know? And so it's really like made me reevaluate things with my life and just like how I'm going to navigate the end of this year and starting 2021 as well. Because I know for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but I think in the back of my mind, like I knew it was a bad situation, but in the back of my mind, I was kind of just waiting for things to blow over and then I could like kind of restart from where I left off, or like start my life from the moment that COVID isn't necessarily a problem anymore. But I don't think we're really going to come to that point where COVID isn't a problem. And so with the second lockdown, like it was such a big realization, like I'm just waiting for something that may or may not happen. And it really reminded me of my life before I moved to Japan as well. Because I was just like, I was just working a job and like I was learning a lot and it was a good experience, but I didn't necessarily like love it, I think. But I was just waiting for other opportunities, or just for something else to happen. But I wasn't actively doing anything about it. And I feel like I kind of fall into that trap again with the pandemic and everything. Like, I'm just waiting for something to happen, but I'm not doing anything personally to, like, better my own life. And it doesn't have to be big things either, but just, like, having hobbies or not being shut in and actually talking to people and still trying to make connections and do things and get money and job and stuff like that. And so, yeah, especially starting in 2021, I really feel like I need to get the ball rolling and get things moving. Because, like, at least in America or in California, for the foreseeable future, there's not that much that's gonna change. Like, the vaccine's coming out, that's super great. Love the idea of that. But that doesn't mean, you know, once you get the vaccine, you can, like, immediately, like, take off your mask and throw it in the air like you do during a high school graduation. And then, you do that with a hat in the high school graduation. And then, like, go, you know, to the club or to the rave or whatever the hell you want to go. Like, that's not going to happen. I think everyone's going to get the vaccine, or people who want the vaccine are going to get the vaccine. and we're still going to be living a similar kind of lifestyle of always wearing masks. Maybe not as much sheltering in place, but still not full capacity things, that's for sure. And that's sadly the reality of it. So, with that, yeah, I'm just trying to think about getting back on my feet and like working on things again, and like just trying to have a positive attitude, I guess. I don't really know. This is really good sushi. Just a heads up. Highly recommend checking them out. With regards to the channel, because yes, we have to talk about the channel. Why were you gone so long? Did you miss me, guys? I hope you kind of did. Like, I'm at a point where, like, I have a little bit of recognition with the channel and stuff, like, which I'm very happy about, but I don't know, it might also be the point where I'm just easily forgotten as well, so I hope you guys didn't forget about me. But over the time I was away, I can't even speak. Let's see, we got to over 1,200 subscribers. Thank you very much for that, everyone. I keep getting comments on a lot of the videos. I'm sorry that I haven't answered very many of them, if any of them at all. But you know, when you're kind of like thinking about life and stuff, it's kind of hard to keep track of all that stuff, right? And, yeah, I think the main thing that I was thinking about is, what am I going to do with the channel? Because, like I said earlier, a lot of you guys are here for that anime content, I think. Mainly the Kiss anime content, but just anime content in general, so I understand that. But I think the goal of the channel itself was just a place for me to post things about my life and about my hobbies, which is anime for sure, but I have other hobbies. I'm not a one-trick pony, so like I have other interests, guys. And I really want to keep the channel true to that as well. Yeah, it's not that I'm not going to be making anime content in the future. I still will for sure, because it's still an interest. But I want to explore other avenues as well. I want to get creative again with the content that I make. And yeah, I want you guys to be here for the ride. Even if it's not anime, I hope you like me for my personality, or for my face, or for how I eat this sushi right here. But don't worry, I don't know how much mukbang content I'm going to make in the future. Like, my stomach is surprisingly small. It's like a walnut. And it used to be better before, but I used to be like working out and being more active and playing badminton, so that fuels a bigger appetite, right? But now I live the life of like a sloth or a snail or just a stagnant rock. And so I've gotten back to like a walnut size stomach, which is a money saver for sure. But it also is not necessarily what people want to see in a mukbang, I think. Because I think of like the Japanese lady who eats her to like the extent of her stomach, and then her stomach like takes over her other organs. I don't know if you guys know of her, but yeah, like that's what people want to see. They want to see people indulge the hell out of the food. And I indulge, but just not to that level. It's like, sorry fam, that doesn't work with this type of body that I got. So yeah, regarding the channel, got off into a tangent again, but regarding the channel, I actually do have a new hobby that I'm trying to explore, trying to get better in 2021, since, you know, we don't really know what anything's gonna be like, right? So I'm trying to explore this new hobby that I can still do at home, but still be creative, and like if I can get the hang of things with it, I think I can start making a lot of pretty awesome content with this new hobby, which I'm not going to introduce here. I think I'm going to make a separate interview. Not interview. Well, I guess it's interviewing myself, but a second video about the hobby itself, and just trying to like navigate it, learn things about it. It's something that I really don't have very much experience in, so I'm gonna have to learn a lot of new things. Hopefully I can collab and reach out to other people who are a little more invested in that field as well. I feel like that would be great. Do some collabs, make some connections. But yeah, I just want to like have some fun, create more things. And that brings me to my other tangent of kind of just like what I've been thinking about lately. Because I talked about how like the pandemic and everything making me realize like waiting and like what am I accomplishing and that kind of stuff. Which I don't expect to have super high expectations for myself anyways. Because what am I really supposed to accomplish like during these times? Like, people can accomplish things. Streamers are doing very well. There's some YouTubers that are doing very well. But a lot of people, too, are, you know, kind of stagnant in what they actually can do because of all the restrictions. And I kind of felt the same way, but it's also like, I kind of want to go above and beyond that. And if I have to try other things in order to, like, you know, get to a successful position by the time the pandemic is over, like I should at least like learn things and then be able to apply them once the pandemic is over, right? But what I've been thinking about more lately, and it's probably stemming into my reason for having insomnia a few times a week, which is nothing new for me, at least. I mean, new as in like the pandemic. Yeah, it's probably caused, or it started happening after the pandemic started for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing like new since then, right? But I was just thinking about accomplishments and like kind of what I want to accomplish. And my goal has always been to find passion in what I do. And then I'll be able, no matter how much money I make, no matter the accomplishments that I get with that thing that I find passion in, I'll just be happy doing it. So it's like a win-win situation, right? Since I'm not super money invested, or I don't really care a whole lot about like the things that I own and that kind of stuff. And then I was thinking about it more because society judges you on like exactly those things. How much money you have. Do you own a house? Like, are you in a relationship or married or whatever? What kind of car do you drive? All that kind of stuff. And it's so interesting that I'm not into any of those like stereotypes, I guess. Because it almost makes it harder to navigate the world when you're not like so inline focused with those things, right? Because if you're into money, if you're into owning designer clothes or bags and stuff like that, then you have a reason for working hard, right? Like you care about having money in order to, buy the things that you want and that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying there aren't things that I want. If I had money, of course there are things that I would want to buy and probably buy. But also, it's not like my top priority either. Like, I wouldn't work or make money because, like, I want to buy that thing so badly, And so, yeah, I've been thinking about, so where does my motivation come from, though? And how am I supposed to, like, navigate this world when I'm so differently minded, I guess? And I'm not saying, like, oh, everyone in society is like that. I'm not making that generalization. But a lot of people in society are like that. Let's be honest, let's be real. Like, that's how it is. Oh, I'm getting heated and my stomach doesn't like it. So yeah, that's really what I've been thinking about lately, like accomplishments and like what I want in life. Honestly, like it still eludes me. And I don't know if that's like something that I'll just come across randomly. But honestly, I guess it's just like the journey of life, right? And people say like, oh, you're still young enough to like kind of figure out and stuff. And yes, but even like whether I'm young or old or whatever, it's kind of like in the moment though, you don't feel confident like that you have the time, right? So even when people say that, it's kind of like, well, you might feel that, but I still feel very lost and very unsure, and I don't know if I love that feeling. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I've been thinking about more too. Of course, like thinking about the channel, thinking about jobs in the future, just thinking about everything. But I don't know. Leave it in the comments if there's some truth to what I'm saying, or if I'm literally just like, if my brain is like melting and I need I need to just like stick my head in a freezer and cool it off because it's going haywire, you know? Last one, guys. Let's get it. I'm not going to eat the tail of this one. I don't know if I love the tail on the other side that I had. So I apologize for wasting this tail right here, as you can see. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like my favorite, I guess, per se. Ugh. I wish I had a milk tea too, or a fruit tea. I think a fruit tea would be more refreshing. But it was already like 2 o'clock, and I'm so hungry. I'm probably gonna faint or collapse if I don't get food in my system. So I was like, okay, well, I should just film this and eat and talk to you guys and have some like chill moments, chill times. And then get the nourishment that my body needs. Can I pick this up, please? That was good. Oh. So yeah, I'm really gonna try and start making more videos. I kind of have a few ideas on what I want to talk about, what I want to do, things that involve anime and things that don't involve anime as well. I also know winter 2021 animes are rapidly coming up. Attack on Titan, the final season is already out, the first episode I believe, and I haven't watched it yet. But, you know, kind of like doing, yeah, I just have a lot of ideas for other videos, and I think I've had a good amount of time to reset my brain, per se. And I hope you guys, continue to support the channel, watch my videos, like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you like content like this, like I rarely do mukbangs on my channel, where I just like talk like this too. So if you like content like this, make sure to let me know by giving it a like, by watching it a few times. I guess you can eat your dinner with me, or your lunch, or your breakfast. I mean, I don't know breakfast because I don't know if raw fish really like is the breakfast vibe for a lot of people, unless you're Japanese. But even Japanese people, they eat cooked fish in the morning. I don't know if you're supposed to eat raw fish in the morning. Who knows? But yeah, also I don't know how much I'm actually going to edit out of this video. It might just be a very long eating and stream of consciousness, which hope you guys watch till the end as well. And now I'm just rambling because I forgot how I end these kind of videos or any video on my channel in the first place. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace. I would do the thing where I put my hand on the camera, but the camera is like really far away right now, so goodbye.